Alright, today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to paint this gal dark terrain. Grab some game color from Vallejo or any blue acrylic paint. I want to try to hit these kind of back areas, because the front forward facing areas I want to do in metallics like you just saw in the video. So water down your paint and just throw it on real quick. You can mess up the edges, don't mess up the edges, it doesn't matter, just go fast. You're going to end up doing 2 layers of this because basically the cheaper the paint that you buy, the more layers you're going to have to do to get a good coverage. Game color is decent, but if you don't water it down, then you're going to be sitting here painting for longer, so just water it down and slather it all over. And next step. Alright, next you're going to want to grab some this metallic model color. It doesn't matter, it's just as long as it's metallic silver is what I ended up using. It's the same thing, you just put it on everything you want. Metallic colors, you just paint metallic colors, and I'll show you what gold I used. I tried to find like a brassy gold, but as long as it's kind of gold, you can just tint it down to being brassy gold. That part's not hard either. It's just paint inside the lines. It's just an adult coloring book for, but with paintbrushes. Just throw paint on your wet palette, smear it around, beep boop 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 beep boop boop. There it is. Look at that. That's looking like a spaceship. That's pretty good. Just get it on everything. Fantastic. Yeah, just paint everything you want brassier gold to be brassier gold. It is what it is. You're gonna end up shading everything down anyway in a second. But I figured I'd leave this footage in here just, Anyway, grab a red color. So the whole thing here is to try to limit yourself on colors, limit your color palette, because the more colors you put on it, the more work that you make for yourself. So realistically, you could just dry brush all of this stuff silver and just wash it and add like 1 or 2 more fucking colors and spot highlight it. Anyway, grab a piece of foam, rip it off, chunk, find a little black pot of paint, dip it in there, and just sponge on some random specks and dust. Use the paper towel to kind of control how much paint you have on your foam. Dab it on there. I tried to put the foam onto a tip of the brush for people that feel like they want more control, and maybe that works. I don't know. I kind of hated it. Just experiment. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there I am using that thing, and it kind of worked. Grab your Nuln Oil and just heaps of it. Just the whole pot's you're gonna go through the whole pot if you do this terrain set, or at least close to the whole pot, and just slather it in everywhere. Make sure your paint's dry, otherwise you're gonna get silver pigment where you don't want silver pigment. And yeah, just slather her on. Make sure you get it into all the nooks and crannies. And then we'll go back over the brassy parts with Earthshade. And once it's dry, it looks nice and cruddy and dirty, as a spaceship should be. For all our glowy bits, we're just going to paint them white. I use Pro Acryl White. It just has really good coverage and it's quick. And while that's drying, I'm just going around with my original Nuln Oil and Earthshades to kind of tint everything down. So here I'm using Earthshade to tint down my golds, and then I'm going through with the red, picking out the red details. Now that my white is dry, I'm going to grab this contrast paint. I think this is Griffin something, and you're just going to go right over the white, and it'll give you a nice little glowy effect, like a dim glowy effect. I recommend just experimenting with contrast paints over white to get different kinds of glows. You can water them down, you can add medium to them. For the green, contrast warp lightning, that's usually my go-to. It looks nice. You can always go back through and highlight it if you're working on a model you care a little bit more about. Then just go back over the light fixtures and tidy everything up with the silver. Then go in with the original blue one more time and bring back some of the detail and some of those panels, leaving behind some of the deeper shadows. And you can paint it on kind of streaky and grimy. And that's pretty much it from this point on. If you want to do all the skulls, I would suggest just doing Xandri Dust, nice coat of Xandri Dust from Games Workshop, and then a coat of Earthshade from Games Workshop as well. And that should get you some of the skulls that you see in the final video. And as you can see, the inside of the door is painted for when the door is open. I got the little wheelie dealie. That's nice and red. It looks contrasty. And that's pretty much that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I hope this helped in some way. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.